happy today because I'm here today with one of my ex-students that I taught him about 6 years ago. And after teaching him, he has actually gone on to do a lot of great things. For example, he went on to become a Commando, and now he's studying accountancy, right?
Yep.
In SUSS. So when I first met Ronald, he was actually a super shy, quiet kid. And then look at what he has grown up to now, like a very confident young man. So maybe Ronald, can you just share a bit about when you first came to us, right? Why did you decide to do so? And what were you looking for?
Honestly, when I first met Marcus, I was actually very impressed because of how young he was. He was juggling school and his business at the same time. I was really impressed and really respected him a lot. And yeah, I feel like one thing that really caught me was that actually, because of how young he was, we could actually relate to many things. For example, our school life, our NS. So it's really very relatable. Yeah, and then what I expected was really just instead of the very traditional teacher-student style, it's more like we can talk as a friend, can talk as a mentor. So I feel it's really very, very comfortable in relationship with him.
Nice. And what kind of issues were you having before you came to me for help?
First of all, I would definitely say is academics because I was pretty lost at that moment of time. I didn't know how to even study. I didn't know which path should I take. So actually I managed to ask Marcus a lot of questions and he really guided me a lot throughout the journey. Even until now, he still guides me here and there and gives me many advices.
Nice. And what were you, I remember I taught you geography, right?
Yeah, geography.
Geography and English, right?
Yep.
So can you share a bit more about what were some challenges that you had and what was your grade? And then after we went through the lessons, what do you think improved and what was your grade as well?
Yeah, for sure. I would say, first of all, last time I really didn't know how to study. I just stare at my notes, copy paste exactly what's on my textbook. So it's I'm just copy pasting everything. So actually nothing actually went in my mind. Don't know how to write an essay, how to answer a question properly. So actually Marcus back then really gave me a very good insight and very clear breakdown on how the marking rubrics are, how I can answer my question. So yeah, really helped me a lot. Initially I wasn't passing my geography at all. I was getting consistent F9s. English also I couldn't pass until I learned from Marcus, learn how to tackle each question, analyze each question. So in the end, for my O-levels, I got A2 for geography and a pretty decent score for English also, which is really a huge achievement that I never thought I would be able to achieve.
Nice. Hey, thanks for sharing that. So what do you think happened in our classes that helped you to actually go have that big improvement?
I would say it's definitely all the patient guidance from Marcus and all the post-class homework or even my own extra practices. I can send him and he will be very willing to mark for me and to give me many essential feedbacks that really helped me improve a lot along the way. So yeah, I would definitely say a very clear structure he has in his teaching and very patient guidance also, which I appreciated a lot because I was really a very lost kid back then.
And what kind of happened in school that you felt wasn't so good or wasn't really suitable to you that made it not effective for you?
I would say maybe class size is one of them because as in a very big class size, teachers can't really personalize your teaching for you, can't really focus on only your mistake, only your area of improvement. So actually back then when I was with Marcus, he actually managed to help me plan a very detailed, personalized plan for me to actually study side by side. So I really managed to benefit a lot from it.
Okay, thanks. And how about what do you think was the biggest change that you had when you started coming for the classes?
I would definitely say I managed to be more outspoken because of how comfortable the lesson was. Because last time I was actually what you said, a shy kid back then. So many times I didn't dare to raise talk in class, didn't dare to ask questions until I met him. He's really not only a mentor but also a friend to me that made me feel very comfortable in all my classes, all our interactions. So actually outspoken is definitely one thing that I managed to improve on.
Nice.
And my speaking skills. And another one could be actually something that he told me back then that I remember to this day is to be kind and never expect a return because of how
you remember
that of how he managed to offer me so much help along my way, along my journey, along even until now. And he didn't even ask me for anything in return. So I really appreciate this and I definitely want to pass it down to new people, maybe another person who is very lost right now. Yeah.
That's nice. Thanks for sharing that. Wow, I couldn't even remember that, but that's so awesome. Okay, and I guess a lot of people, they have doubts about a young tutor. I think when I taught you, probably I was 21. When you first came to the lesson, did you have the same doubt? Hey, this guy is too young to teach me, right? Did you have that doubt, and what did you feel after the lessons started?
Honestly, at first I was really impressed. I was thinking like, oh, 20 few years older than me. Over here, like,
Yeah, that's true.
like being a tutor or my tutor. Surely there will be maybe like a bit of doubt. I feel like when our classes consider even more, then I realized that actually, you are young doesn't mean you are inexperienced or you are like not as good as those experienced. So actually, it's like how you plan your different lessons, how you plan your interaction. It's actually like I feel way more comfortable than many other tutors. So it's really changed my whole impression of young tutors.
Nice.
Yeah, and now I won't even people of my age, they are like tutoring everyone. So now I'm like very supportive for this. So
Okay. And do you feel like young tutors are better than like, we more experienced tutors?
wow, this
Controversial.
is a cut out already. But,
No, just your own opinion.
my own opinion.
It doesn't have to be a blanket statement also.
Honestly, I've never been through too many tuitions, so it's a bit hard to compare. But definitely, if I can go back in time, I would still choose Marcus again because, of course, he managed to change my entire like academic trajectory, like from someone who almost retained in Sec 3, honestly, to actually like entering JC and now in uni also. Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. And how do you think, or do you think like having a young tutor is for everyone, or do you think they should always be looking for someone who has like the proper certifications, the proper experience? What do you think?
That's an interesting question. Honestly, I would say instead of just looking at the cert itself, maybe you can give it a try if you are in doubt because you never know until you try it, right? Yeah. So I would say definitely can go for young tutors. Like they can relate to your life much better because you guys are like just a few years apart. Any advice, whether it's school advice, life advice, I feel like they can really relate a lot and actually give you many relatable advices.
Nice. So you felt like not just the academic, like what having a young tutor could do is not just in terms of academic, but also in terms of probably relating to other parts of your life. Okay,
sure.
nice. Okay. And did you feel like the lessons were more interesting or more boring?
Honestly, the lessons really opened my eyes. I was like, lessons can be conducted this way. It's like really
interesting, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
very
okay.
interesting way, in a good way, of course. So like the way actually like he managed to explain the theories, it's actually very. I find it a lot easier to understand compared to like maybe like school or like outside classes. Yeah, so actually I found it way easier to understand because like actually, not. Maybe I'll say younger tutors can be more creative also in their teaching. So Marcus was definitely like very creative in like, helping me to like answer, understand different like topics, different concepts, like even including like videos, mind map, all this. So, like really gave me a very good breakdown on like how to study, what the theories are, and the different concepts.
Nice. Okay, like one final question. So a lot of people would think, hey, how much can really happen? Because we only had lessons like one time a week, right? Most of the time it was just one time a week, and it was only for 1.5 hours. But a lot of people would think, how can you actually benefit from just 1.5 hours? How would you, or what would you say to people who are thinking like this?
I would say 1.5 hours might not be as long as many people think, but actually you can actually make use of it, make full use of it a lot. Like maybe like pre-reading or like after class you can still reach out to your tutors, ask for like any questions, feedbacks, or like extra practices. So actually I think it's not only limited to that 1.5 hours. It's actually like how the tutors are like constantly guiding you in and out of that 1.5 hours. That's why I felt it was like really beneficial to me.
And will you feel like having a tutor is a miracle pill, or do you feel like you still need to put in your own effort?
I would definitely say it's a mix of both would be ideal. Yeah, it's like you yourself have to be putting in the effort, and then your tutor will give you the final push, and then you guys can achieve your goals. Yeah.
So you cannot really just expect the tutor to handhold you.
Yeah,
you must
for
also
sure.
put in the work.
For sure.
Okay,
for sure.
got it. Anyway, I'm very proud of you, man. I'm so glad you're doing well. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for helping.
Thank you so much.